outside. Everybody talking about boy, you super cold. It's only one Super Sunday, it ain't the Super Bowl. Outside. Boy, boy, he don't miss. Mighty God got a time of hump like Ruth Chris. Super Sunday coming up the street like a piece of art. I told
the young kids say they outside.
I said they do politicians, you politicians. And I'm the
Womp. It's Monday, red beans and rice Monday. What you feeling like? What's good in your neighborhood? Huh? Somebody eating good tonight. If you Jackson State, you got steak and fried chicken with the beans and rice. Huh? If you Alcorn, boy, you sadder than a woo. I don't even know how to describe that heartbreak loss for you. But I do got something good for Alcorn that the rest of the SWAC can see once they face Alabama State, how to run a 2-minute offense on what I said was the best team, defensive team in the SWAC. But now Jackson State is so dominant on defense. I need to rethink that situation. But I do need to see them play Alabama State. Then I will officially give them the title, the best defense in the SWAC. Let's see what else. Grambling. My goodness. They say that's the worst defeat in school history. You lost to Bethune-Cookman. Southern. Do you really control your own destiny in the SWAC West? Alabama A&M. Y'all don't do Coach Maynard too bad, man. That's all I can tell y'all. FAMU, 23 consecutive home winning games. Wow, that's a lot. The UAPB, you let me down on your offense. I expected a whole lot more. But hey, you did run up against them men from Jackson. Something different. And Perry View, you actually made my little black known SWAC fan. I knew you had a Hall of Famer, but I didn't know how dominant he was. I didn't know he started off as a linebacker and went to safety. And he's in a ring of honor for the Redskins and another team. He's in ring of honor for 2 NFL teams, and he's a Hall of Famer. But you know what it is? This is ORG and the ORG SWAC Sports Network, and let's get into it. You already know what I'm about to tell you. Tomorrow is the last day to vote. November 5th, 2024. Tomorrow, make sure you go out and vote if you already have it. Vote, 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 vote. I'm not playing with y'all. Make sure y'all vote. But let's get into it, man. And with my little black known SWAC fact, make sure I got this thing right. It's hard when you ain't got no staff. This is Ken Houston from Perry View. Dude was pretty dominant, man. This is the little black known SWAC fan.
6'3", 200-pound Ken Houston was a natural at the strong safety position. This prototypical defensive back was a punishing tackler and an elusive runner when the ball was in his hands. With the Oilers, Ken Houston set an NFL record by returning 9 interceptions for touchdowns.
Washington Redskin Ken Houston is also on this squad. A 12-time Pro Bowler, Houston returned 9 interceptions for touchdowns. He's in both the Oilers and Redskins rings of honor.
Houston was a pure strong safety, one of the best in the business ever. Could cover, was a strong tackler, started off as a linebacker. This guy was a great strong safety.
And now the number 5 safety of all time, Ken Houston.
Remember Ken Houston?
I remember. Was he on the Chiefs?
Ken Houston played back in the day. And some older guys.
Yeah, I'm too young for that.
Once again, history class is in session. Here's a lesson on the safety voted to more Pro Bowls than any other on this countdown.
Very fair for Ken Houston to be rated number 5. Ball hawk, but also was a people hawk. When Ken Houston got to you remembered it.
Kenny Houston is the greatest strong safety in history. Kenny could run. He was physical. There may have never been a better tackler in the secondary than Kenny Houston.
Came from a small college, Prairie View, where he played linebacker. Because he had the size and the strength to play linebacker, he was perfect at safety position at a time when you needed safeties to play the run.
The All-Pro in the Oilers secondary was Ken Houston, number 29, a lean, mean blade cutting down a ball carrier.
They said that I was a dirty player because I was a hitter. I was always a little guy in among big men, so I had to strike first. And I took that attitude to the secondary.
George Allen was coaching in Washington. To complete my defense, I need Kenny Houston. And so he traded 5 players and said it was a bargain.
One of the worst trades in NFL history was when the Houston Oilers traded him to the Redskins for a bunch of tomato cans.
When number 27, Ken Houston, takes off his glasses, he does not become Superman. The 11-year veteran becomes Super Safety, one of the finest defensive backs the NFL has ever known.
For most Hall of Fame players, they have what you would call a signature play. And Kenny Houston had one of those plays on a Monday night game. Redskins-Cowboys. It was a low-scoring, close game.
Cowboy fullback Walt Garrison's about to score, and Kenny stops him at like the 1-inch line with a tackle that was so perfect, and it kind of was the story of his career.
Walt Garrison was literally a cowboy. I mean, he was a cowboy in the offseason, and he wrestled steers. In that particular situation, he was the steer, and Kenny Houston won the battle.
He did play in Washington when they went to the Super Bowl in 1972, but Ken Houston largely plays for some bad Oilers teams, so he's oftentimes forgotten, but a great safety.
Should be on any list of top 10 at any football player. No weaknesses. Strong, tall, big, smart. Great.
There you have it. Once again, you have an HBCU player that you probably didn't know about. He's from Prairie View, Ken Houston. What stuck out to me, and I'm going to put up his career stats, and you can see for yourself. Don't think I just be making stuff up, which I never do. You see this man here, Mr. Houston? This is what HBCUs was producing. Look at this. This man played 14 seasons, 12 Pro Bowls, 49 interceptions, 9 pick sixes. On his return yards, 898. This is what HBCUs was producing in the 60s, 70s, and 80s that we need to let our children, grandchildren, and other players know about. Look at that. Double ball. Woof. See, man, the history of the SWAC, he's from Prairie View. And as you heard in the video, he started off as a linebacker and moved to safety. So, and this is the crazy part. He was drafted in the 9th round. The 9th round he made it to. He wasn't picked up to the 9th round, I should say. 14 years, he's in the NFL Hall of Fame. That's your little black known SWAC fact. Salute to Mr. Houston in Prairie View. Now let's get to it. Y'all see it? The scores. And we got some highlights. Real quick rundown of the scores from what we seen Saturday. If you was with me Saturday when I live streamed the Alcorn game, you already know the scores. But go over real again, 25-20. Southern put Coach Maynard, they put him on into the barn. The biggest upset in Grambling, that's what I seen across the inner tubes today. That's the biggest upset in Grambling football history. They lost to Bethune-Cookman, 21-24. FAMU, 23 straight home winning games over TSU. Jackson State looked unstoppable Saturday. Valley, poor dear old Valley. Perryview, you escaped 17-16. And of course, Alcorn 21-17. Now, let's get to these highlights that I got. I got highlights. I want to show this 2-minute offense that and break this down. Let's break down this 2-minute offense that Alcorn. This is Alcorn with 2 minutes left in the first half. I got the volume off. All right. This is the first play of what's it? Yeah, of the 2-minute offense. The reason why I froze it right here. When you're running that 4-2-5, 1, 2, 3, 4 down linemen going against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down linemen. Your secondary is going to have to play harder, whether you playing zone or you playing one-on-one. But because the quarterback very seldomly will get sacked like that because you have that extra man. I'm not saying he can't get sacked, but very seldom. Because if you have a defensive tackle that's just a stud and he's not on the double team, because if you see big boy right here, he has nobody to block. He look like he's about to get beat, but everybody has a hat on there. So let's let the tape play. He sees nothing is there in the secondary, and I like this. People are so afraid of running quarterbacks, but the dual threat quarterback is here to stay. You go back to Randall Cunningham when they was like, oh, Randall run too much and all this other stuff, but let's let it roll. Made one defender miss. Juke step. Another one he should have ran out of bounds. All right, the next play. All right. Now, they thinking most likely it's going to be another run. Correct? There's 2:25 left in the game. Now they switch to 1, 2, 3, but now you have an up man, that defensive end. Now, is he going to come on a blitz or is he going to spy on the quarterback? You got a man in motion. Watch. RPO. Freezes everybody. Now, look at this wide receiver. That would be a dead giveaway. He ain't moved nowhere. Boy, watching film is funny sometimes. RPO. Running to the sideline. Listen, you get no yards in football going left to right. Now, if it's a crease, this wide receiver is trying to do his best right here. But you got 2 men in pursuit. What you going to do? One miss. That one miss, that man helmet off. Now, with that one miss, he puts a hat on this guy here. You get more positive yardage. Now, this is Alabama State, the best defense in the SWAC they're doing this to. What's going on? Oh, my camera. All right, next, it is on the replay. See, they're both in pursuit. Now, instead of you coming down, you want to chase him to the sideline. That's a big no-no. Come towards him. He just outruns him to the corner. That's a big running lane there. Stiff arm, keep it moving. Next play, shotgun formation, trips left, 2 to the bottom. Now, okay, now we're gonna bring some more pressure. You got your 2 defensive tackles in their stance. Now your defensive ends have got a little bit more to the out. Now we need some pressure. It's only 2 minutes left in the game. Steps up, sees nothing. Seal block. Great blocking. Get out of there. Now, that was a great run against a top-of-the-line defensive front. And he was able to get out of bounds. Like I told you, it takes less than half of a second for these college athletes. You're like, oh, this dude sucked, this and that. A half a second, these guys are gone. That was a good run. The 2-minute warning. They get Clifford down there. He don't know what the hell to call. Get rid of this damn commercial. All right, we're back. Once again, everybody spread out. You got one-on-one blocking. Now, this man can be double team or triple team. You got so many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 7 DBs. Look who's not accounted for. You see right here? Look who's not accounted for. You got 7 DBs, but look what you forgot. Because by the time this linebacker get anywhere near him, it's a wrap. Swing pass. Wide open. Gone. That is a huge gain. 7 DBs, and you still let this man come up with almost a 20-yard gain. A minute left. Now, this is, we all seen this. If that man had a cramp in his leg, here comes Santa Claus. Not wrong with that big old joke. But you see what I'm saying? With 7 DBs, you was able not to account for the running back coming out the backfield. And after these highlights, we're going to switch to Jackson State. Yeah, wasn't nothing wrong with that cat, man. It's only a minute left. Get on off the field. Coach Ed knew he was Coach Robinson knew he was fronting. All right, next. Now he counting. All right, next play. You still haven't learned. You still running. This is a 4-3. 4-3-4 in defense. All right, here we go. Man in motion. That defense right here, if he would have waited just a split second more, he wouldn't have been called offside. This left tackle, he was more worried about this guy, and he forgot about his outside responsibility. But he was offside. Because look what happens. Little pressure, he had to throw that ball away. That's a technique to get him up out of there. That left, it had to be right tackle. Yeah, he was looking for inside, and the outside came and burnt him. But he knew it was what time it was. Look at Clifford. Clifford just called anything. The sky blue. 5 yards on the defense. Got to watch him. All right, next one. At this point, Alcorn was doing pretty decent. Like I said, he was offside. He just a second too early. Wide open. See, big boy, that right guard ain't touching nobody. All right, Jumbo said, now he know he's coming this time. They about to blitz. All right, now, the thing about picking up the blitz, if you can force the 2 guys that are coming to you, the closer you get them together, it's harder for them to break through. Your outside guy, remember that big old tackle? You ain't coming through this time. Watch the play roll. And see, all you need is a couple of seconds. This play right here should have been a touchdown. Watch what happens. Either a touchdown or a pick. Watch here. You see where the mouse is right here? Watch this pick, or should have been called a pick, but it wasn't called, but watch where the ball lands. See what I'm saying? Now you see what I'm talking about? It looked like a pick play. He got in front of him. Ball is on point. Everything is rolling right there. Butterfingers. That was 6 points. That DB had slipped. That was 6 points, homie. But it's all right. That's like the only bad play. See, it was they was gonna call a pick play on that, but he ended up picking up the flag up. I told you, Clifford don't know what the hell going on. See, they had to get together. Now I wonder if he would have caught that, if they would have called that a pick, because there was definitely a pick play. Now Clifford just say anything. Second down. Tell him, Clifford. All right, next play. Man, quit showing that dude. 49 seconds left. 2nd and 5. This 2-minute offense is still running. All right, the young man is poised. You can tell he's confident now. You don't see no nervousness in him. He got a good deep breath. He ready to roll. Once again, double to the left, or double set, or whatever you want to call it, single to the right. Now, you went from a 4-3 to a 3-4. You only got one running back. You only got 3 wide receivers. Look at all the secondary that you have. Now let this play develop. Look what happens. Your linebackers are froze right now. It's RPO, one of the best plays ever in college football to me. Run pass option. It only takes a second. Look where he runs that ball. Great vision from that running back. Everybody has a hat blocked. This man is blocked here, blocked here, blocked here, blocked here, seal block here. Now, if he would look at this hole, you can drive wide Wimbledon through West Virginia through there, boy. Great blocking. Look at it. He hit that hole, it's a wrap. Boom. I take those any day of the week. 1st and 10. He only needed 5. Hurry up offense now. 43 seconds. Run again. You have confidence in your team when you have 43 seconds left and you are at the cusp of the red zone and you running the football. They have found something which I'm showing you how they are running over Alabama State. RPO again. Look at the blocks. Seal, seal, seal. You are not a factor, sir. Wide receiver downfield. Just get in their way. Look at that hole. Just a 0.5 seconds. He gone. Another. How many yards is that? Another 6-7 yards. They running on him. That's running the ball down your throat. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing tricky. Line it up again. We see it's working. Alabama State said, hell with this, call timeout. They was going to get him again. They was going to gash him again. When you got a team on the ropes like that and you able to run between the tackles like Alcorn did on this drive, look at that coach. He 38 high. He don't know what to say. You getting beat off the ball. Now, I'll pause it right here for a second. These 2 players is why they're saying Alabama State was getting ran on. Bruh, last time I checked, it's 9 other players on that defense. I don't cut no corners with no teams. I understand that these are your best players. It's next man up. I guarantee you, people would be, if Steve McNair was the quarterback at Alcorn right now, you wouldn't sit there and say, the only reason why I didn't win him because Steve McNair. So I don't want to hear that. Next man up. Now the young man Cunningham that was disqualified, he'll be back. Now the other brother, young Roll, I don't know the status of his injury, but he walked off on the air cast. But when you got a team on the run, on the ropes like that, and you got that much confidence with 40 seconds left, I'm going to run this ball between the tackles. This ain't no jet sweeps, none of this stuff. This is right between the 2 tackles. So All right, we back at it. All right, you got 28 seconds, 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Now you're in the jumbo set. Now you're back to your 4-2 basic defense. Unbalanced line. Everything's going right. You thinking, well, yeah, on our right. You think everything's going this way. Correct? You think so? Snap it. Look at it. This guy came back over the pool. But not necessarily the pool. He came back over to check this defensive end. Watch this. Just a bump. See how he got into him? He got in his way. Watch this. Man almost scored. Just that little bump. Like I told you, 0.5 seconds. Almost scored. Look at that. Trucking him over. So now, 1st and goal, 21 seconds left. This is textbook how to run the ball down one of the best defenses in the SWAC. Now this play right here, they got a little greedy and a little luck on their side. Basically the same play. Should have scored, but watch. They closing down on him. Once he get up in there, you got to drop them shoulder pads and drive them legs. Boom, the ball is out. Everybody point that they got it. If you look at that big old lineman there, number 71, you are not ripping the ball from that big joker right there. You're not ripping the ball from him. Now, 1st and goal, 7 seconds, no timeouts. If you got one play left, what you gonna call? Most folks will try to throw a fade or a slant to the end zone, but when you are confident in running the football, and salute to Alcorn coaching staff for this drive, they seen it that they can run between the 2 tackles on this team. So Alabama State is beatable on the run game. Alcorn actually gained 99 yards in the first half. That's the most Alabama State has given up the whole season. Look at that big 74. They said dude 6'4", 300 pounds, and he's only a freshman. Jesus. Feed that damn boy. One play left. Now, he called a timeout to see what the offense. I got it that Coach Robinson called a timeout to see what the setup was going to be. But all they did was go back there and when you're at the line, you can call back 2 or 3 running plays. So he ended up calling a timeout. Now, do I think they changed the play? Probably not. Like I said, 7 seconds left, no timeouts. I'd have let that clock. I'd have let it run. Look at it. They confused over there. All right, ball about to get in play. This was a great 2-minute offense. And I know it seemed like it took longer. All right, now, that's an old formation. It's like remember the wishbone used to, well, y'all ain't that old, but this is an inverted wishbone. See, it used to be the quarterback was under center when the old wishbone played. And then you would have your fullback, your 3-back, and then you have your 2-back. Old school football here. Now, simple basic handoff. The linemen on the left side, they out of play. These 3 guys here should have crushed and came down harder. You already got the guy on the outside. So he can't get outside of you. Well, guess what happened? What I tell you, right up between them 2 tackles. When you can run the ball on them 2 tackles, between the tackles like that, you golden. That's basic touchdown, man. I wanted to show y'all that. That's how you run that football on That's how you run the football on the SWAC's #1 rushing defense. Now, the next set of highlights, let's look at a little bit of Jackson State. Do I got it? Let me make sure. Yeah, Jackson State and Prairie View. Let's look at some of these highlights. Now, if you didn't get to watch this game, Prairie View actually had a good drive. I got it right here. This is the let me blow it up a little large. This is Prairie View's first drive of the game. And this is how you can actually beat Jackson State. But the thing is, you go down so fast against Jackson State and you get out of your offense. Now you see here, everybody's blocked. Now watch these short passes. You see right there? But look at it. From the line of scrimmage, that's what, 7-8 yards? You sit down there, that's just a hook route. Jackson State look, you got 1, 2, 3 guys just kind of like, okay, yeah, he wide open. That's a good play. Catch. I take that any day of the week. Next play, RPO. Faked them out. Jackson State does have a problem in their secondary. Why? Now, if that man would have threw that ball on target, he'd have been all right. Oh, what the hell? Oh, that's a commercial from the internet. I'm about to say, I know that ain't part of my highlights. Ain't want to show the band. Might want to see that shit. Freeze it right there. Prairie View is still standing up, Jackson State. That's the play we just seen. But when you do that RPO, look at that. You got 2 guys frozen on this one runner. The camera, ESPN Plus has horrible camera angles. See how he jumped right there? That threw his timing off. If he leads him, look at all that green field in front of him. But he had to jump. Once you get up in the air, that gives that defensive back a few more seconds to catch up with you, or maybe a second or 2 to catch up with you. So this went from a great pass play to it could have been an exceptional one. Because see, when he jumped, he tackled him. All right. Now they got Jackson State kind of on their heels. Nothing fancy about this formation. The Jackson State is in that they're in that crazy 4-2. Look at that defensive back, man. That defensive end. Why are you looking back here? This is like the second or third time I've seen a Jackson State game where you have a defensive end or a cornerback looking back at the sidelines for something right when the ball is getting snapped. Don't do them kids like that, man. It's hard enough. See? Now he got to turn around now and see he out of the picture. Now, this slant. Look at here. This man is beat. This is a slant. Look how many yards he's away from him, though. That's a lot of cushion to give up. Buddy, hey, when you think you're going to get beat with the long ball, once again, throw that ball in front of him, that man is gone. See how he had to wait and come back for the ball? You could have had you a touchdown. Touchdown, and Jackson State was bending, but they didn't break. Goes into a field goal. All right. Now let's look at the where my highlight thing at. All right, the next Jackson State. Now, classic Jackson State. I have no idea. Reason why I'm highlighting this right here. What is this young man doing besides getting ready to turn and run? Look how he's facing. Yeah, you looking at the ball, but look at your wide receiver. You lucky that they don't he don't have that type of coordination, I'd have had my hand up. If you turned like that trying to guard me, I'm flying past you. You can't turn and run that fast, bro. Big Morgan back there. This is one of Jackson State's signature run plays. It's not like a shovel pass. It's something like a pitch almost. But when this man started running, look at the blocking that Jackson State has for this man. Double team, almost a double team, and then this man, you lucky that this one didn't go to the house, UAPB. Just moving. Look at that. That's a great one. Now, back again. Twins right and left. Now you spread them out. UAPB is in a 4-3. Uh-oh, somebody ain't covered. He looking left the whole entire way, right? One-on-one, look at that, wide open. Your safety page played too far back. I'll take that anytime. That's a good pitch and catch. Look at that, man. That man gonna get at least 3 more yards before you tackle him. Wide open. And lucky he slipped. Yeah, he slipped. But he could have had more than that. Next play. Jackson State. Single to the left. Now, the 4-2-5, I hate that defense. Watch what happens. Pitch. Look at big man. Look at big man. He looking for somebody to hit. One-on-one got him. Now, this linebacker has the right idea. But check this out. When you cut back in, when the design play was supposed to go to the right, you cut back in, everybody is already blocking to the left. They've had left this guy alone. You tried to come back, and look what happened. Should have been a horse collar, I guess, but not, I guess not. I don't blame you, big fella. I'll be happy too. Next play. Okay, you want to do this? All right. Froze. Look at your coverage. That's too much space to give. He see it. All day to throw the ball. 32, what are you doing, sir? Look at number 32. That's his man that went by him. I have no idea what number 32 was looking at. You cannot ball watch. Look at your man. Now, ain't nobody there but your free safety, and it would take a miracle for him to hit him and knock that ball loose. Easy pitch and catch for Jackson State. That's a textbook drive. You cannot give this team this type of, what's the name? All right, it's 3. Let's go to 443. Next, all right, Jackson State has the ball on their 10-yard line. This is their next scoring play. Now, if you look at the lineman splits, you can tell if it's a run or a pass. If you know anything about football, if you look at those linemen, you can tell they splits, it's going to be a run or pass. Okay, defensive end right here. As a defensive end, every defense is different, but either I got the running back or I got the quarterback. That's your only job. Now, me, if I was that defensive end, I'd have ran straight to there and hit both of them. He decides to take the quarterback. That's why RPO is probably one of the best plays ever. Young man right here, I got right. What are you doing? Look at it. He got the remember the defensive end? He took the running back. Number 42, he got caught. The ball fake was that good. 42 got caught looking in the backfield. Guess what happens? Walks in for the touchdown. That was too easy. All right, another one. Damn, time. Boy, you can't catch a break over here, man. Nobody want to see that. No disrespect, sister. We got you. All right. That's just Herb Mulligan running. It should be. It's coming up at 5:36. All right. Jackson State back to pass. They run this pass play quite a bit. As you can see, you got 3 wide receivers. 1, 2, 3. Why are they playing so far off this man here? Everybody else pretty much together. Now you know the pass going to the right. Check this out. He played so far off him. If this ball is thrown correctly over this defender's head or right here where this arrow is pointed, that's a touchdown. Now the ball is over his head. Great pass. Get that ball to him on the run. That's 6. Had to wait. Remember I told you about that jumping? And that's a setup too, man. You lucky that free safety didn't knock you into next year. But great pitch and catch, though. Almost. Now running another running play down on the goal line. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down linemen. Now it's a heavy set to the left. You got all this over here. Can you stop? This young man came in unblocked, and that he basically saved the touchdown because everybody else was sauce for the goose. If it wasn't for him, that man was going to score. That's a great pursuit. Next play, we're going to run it. Now we're going to definitely run it down your throat. Look at that hole there. Look at that. That's all you need for these college running backs. That's 6 all day, man. Look at them referees. Man, yeah, that's a touchdown. Look at that. Now they want to fight. Boy, they wanted to fight, man. Like next one. Low snap, gather the snap. Hardly any pressure on him. Design quarterback run. Look at this. Look at how now this is blocking. He's sealed off. He's sealed off. He's sealed off. He's sealed off. Great call. Man, I take them 6, 7 yards any time of the day. Now, a confusing play. Because you got 1, 2, 3 linebackers frozen. You don't know if this is going to be a handoff, a toss pass, or not. Jackson State, that's a great play right here. But guess who gets the ball? Follow them blocks. Now, look where he's running the ball to. Engage, engage, engage. Young man, you need to be coming down right now. I'm talking about this defensive back. That defensive back did not move fast enough. Whoops, whoops. That was one of their better defensive plays. Now, here come Herb again. Look how big that hole is. Look at this. Look how big this hole is. But you got a defender. Come on up in there and get you some, young brother. Come get you some. Big boys got somebody. That's all you. Come in there and get you some. Yo! Look how fast he made it through there. Man in motion. Now you got these jokers on the rope, man. We ain't going to spend too much time. I'm not going to just embarrass UAPB. RPO. Defensive end, what you going to do? This defensive end is the key to them RPOs. You got to get down there faster and hit both of them. You can do it. Nobody. Pressure finally getting to him. Nobody. Now just take off and run. Run with them legs. You should have ran out of bounds, if you ask me. I understand quarterbacks want to show how tough they are. Run out of bounds. This play right here. Watch. All right, Jackson State is about to score. One of the crazy moments of this game. RPO. Stood him up. That's how you game tackle. I think this is the interception coming up. No, that's the next one. No, he ran this one. Ooh, stood him up, baby. UAPB was starting to stand up. Yeah, this is the interception coming up here. Or the next, not this play, the next one. These are design runs and that Jackson State likes to do. Right here. This ball should have never been thrown. This is the highlight I was looking for. You got one-on-one coverage to the outside. You try to throw a back shoulder fade, but look who was back there. High points the ball, interception, you think, right? This man, UAPB, come on, brother. Now, I still don't know how they consider this a catch, but I guess that I'm trying to see the steps. Was that a catch or incompletion? They ruled it a interception and a fumble. Jackson State recovered. You be the judge. So you give Jackson State the ball back. Guess what happens? Got you that time. Wide open. That was a grown man move there. That's a big boy, that tight end there. All right, that's Jackson State. I mean, it went on like this for the whole game. UAPB, man, salute to you, man. But I wanted to see more of your offense, and it just never happened for UAPB. I did find something on Southern. Should be still there. Salute to WAFB. I believe that's that station down there. That's Obama telling y'all has to vote.
Tuesday from the Spencer Callahan 9 Sports Desk.
Head coach Terrence Graves and his Southern Jaguars on the road for the 6th time in 9 games Saturday. The Jags looking to maintain their first place standing in the SWAC West, traveling to Huntsville to take on Alabama A&M. The Jags trail 10-9 at the half, but they start the third quarter hot. A beautiful play. Redshirt freshman Zay Tset of Scotlandville rifles the bullet to former Southern Labs standout Darren Morris, who makes the catch and trots inside the pylon for the 36-yard touchdown. Morris had 5 catches for 96 yards and 2 scores. That's the first multi-touchdown game in his career. Southern outscoring the Bulldogs 10-0 in the third quarter, but here they come. Xavier Langford, an 8-yard touchdown run, and A&M now leads 20-19. In the fourth quarter late, T-Set and company with about a minute left to play. Dupree Fuller, the one-handed stab for the 14-yard touchdown, and Southern at that point leads 25-20. They went for 2. They did not get it. T-Set nearly 300 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. Fuller 4 grabs, 70 yards, and that TD. The Aggies moved to the Southern 29-yard line and tried to steal the game on the final play here, but Jamarius Brown is there in the back of the end zone to break up the pass and secure the Jags victory. 25-20 is the final in Huntsville. Southern is now 5-4 overall and 4-1 in the SWAC. WAFB's Kevin Baptiste made the long journey to cover this game and has more.
It only took 9 games into the season for Southern to go through an entire contest with just 1 quarterback. And on this 9th game, that featured the best performance from a Southern quarterback this season. Zay Tset, when his team needed him most, put together a 75-yard drive to get the win and get the Jags some breathing room in the SWAC West. It's also his biggest college moment to date.
Had to knock the rust off, started a little slow, missed a couple of throws, couple of catches needed to be made. But we knew adversity was going to set in, so we said as a team, We need to stay together no matter what. Rather we score 6 touchdowns or we down by 100, we just need to stay together. I think we did a good job of that.
He said, I guess you didn't expect to get that much from him.
Yeah, I did expect that. That's the type of quarterback he is. That doesn't surprise me. I'm glad that he stayed in the frame. And listen, he made a few mistakes, missed a few reads, but all in all, he played a really, really good football game. He kept the Florida offense going, and he commanded the offense, so that's what we needed.
Well, I love all our quarterbacks, but me and Zay got a special connection. Sometimes I forget how many years of eligibility he does have and how much inexperience he does have, but he definitely plays like a veteran out there, and I'm very comfortable with him at quarterback.
What do you think of Dupree's pitch?
I've been waiting on him all season. No, forget about the catch. All right, the catch was the catch. The move, did y'all see the move? I was like, bro, I told Five, because they don't do no moves. I'm like, Five, just give me one move. He gave me that move. I think I like the move over the catch, not gonna lie. Even though it's more important, the move just meant more to me because we talked about it.
He had my other arm. I tried to get my other arm, but I couldn't move it, so I got to try something.
Does your style rating go up after making the catch?
I think so. I think about 5 points. He might win.
So the long bus ride is going to be a lot more tolerable and enjoyable for the Jags as they now go home with a chance to clinch the West well before the Bayou Classic. Bethune-Cookman next week and then Arkansas Pine Bluff in 2 weeks. Reporting in Huntsville, Kevin Baptiste, WFB 9 Sports.
And there you have it. So Southern, do you really control your destiny? UAPB and Pine Bluff, you win those two, pretty much SWAC champs. But as I've said, and I'll say it again, which Southern team will show up? You never know. Let's go to the standings and what we got coming up. Because I know it's Monday Night Football. A lot of y'all watch that crap. If we look at the SWAC standings, those are all the scores. Perryview Valley, I didn't have it, couldn't find any highlights of yours. Valley used to be good with that. All right, you see it over there in the East? And I was thinking about this today, and something y'all can leave a comment or something and say and let me know what you think. It's given Jackson State. Well, hold on, let me get this thing so big, unbig. It's given that Jackson State is actually going to beat who they play, Valley. That's right, they play Valley next. That's a given. Now, what you think about this? If Jackson State go on a 2-game losing streak for their next games, and not after they beat Valley, do you think that Jackson State could actually lose against Alabama State and Alcorn back-to-back? Is that possible? Well, as Jackson State is playing, but Alabama State defense is just as playing, and Alcorn versus Jackson State, you got to kind of throw the records out the window when those two teams are playing. And if Jackson State loses to Alabama State, this is just a scenario. I'm not predicting this because I don't think Jackson State is going to lose a game in a SWAC. But I'm just saying, if they was to lose to Alabama State, you know how grateful Alcorn would be to knock Jackson State out of the SWAC East championship. I mean, out of the SWAC East title. So that's something to think about. I'm not saying it's gonna happen now. Trust me, if Jackson State playing the way they playing now, they only had, well, like I said, that's one turnover. They cut down on the turnovers and that defense is playing like that, it's a wrap, man. But I did show you how you can pass on them, but I don't see a quarterback left on Jackson State's schedule that can actually throw the ball better than UAPB's quarterback. Alabama State, we know they're on their 5th string quarterback. And Alcorn, it's like growing pains with them. They have 2 different quarterbacks. So, and then you see it at Southern, you heard the man say they can clinch before the Bayou Classic. And that's their goal. Southern win their next 2 games. That's a wrap, man. Now, Alabama State, you have to beat Jackson State and pray for Alcorn. FAMU, you're gonna need a whole bunch of help. So it's getting to the point where if you third place in the SWAC East, you're gonna need you're gonna need Alabama State to lose. If Alabama State lose to Jackson State, you got to win out, and then you'll still be in second place. So it's not really beneficial for you. And Alcorn, you're not out of it yet, but you're gonna need a team like UAPB. If they get their offense together, they can beat Southern. But if not, hey man, it was so hard to say goodbye, because that's just about over with. Now, I don't. I don't see the schedule. What's this? November 9th. That's the That's what we got coming up. Alabama A&M and Pine Bluff. I'm 100% sure that Coach Maynard won't be there next year. So, and Pine Bluff just might upset Alabama A&M. I'm just saying, because I know they felt disappointed and embarrassed by that game that they played against Jackson State. But Jackson State, their defense is so dominant. That's the third game in a row for Jackson State where an opponent has not scored in the second half. They did it to FAMU. They've done it to UAPB. And then they did it to, who was that other team that they did it to? It was 3. Bethune-Cookman, FAMU, and UAPB was not allowed to score in the third and fourth quarter versus Jackson State. Now, Alabama State versus at Grambling. Grambling, you got some soul searching to do. That loss, a lot of, I guess your fans and alumni and other folks are saying this has to be one of the worst losses in Grambling history, to lose to Bethune-Cookman. They might be on to something. Texas Southern at Alcorn. Alcorn actually, they had a 3-game road trip. They played Grambling Southern, and then they played Alabama A&M all on the road. They went 1-3 on the road. Now they're back at home playing against a Texas Southern team, which kind of mirrors them. You don't know which damn team you're going to get. Bethune-Cookman at Southern. Now, if Bethune-Cookman upsets Southern, I know something, which I don't. Hey, you never know. Fam at Prairie View. Prairie View, you can make a statement in this game. Lucky you are not playing in Bragg. So we'll definitely see. And then if you was here Saturday, you heard me talk about it, but HBCU Go game days, just like college game day, they actually come there and they do like college game day does. They set up a fan zone. They have the announcers there, and they need a bunch of fans to come out and support. They've been at I think it was Grambling's homecoming, Alabama A&M. They've been a couple of places, and the attendance has been down for that game. And it starts at 11. It don't even start at 8 o'clock in the morning. It starts at 11 o'clock in the morning. But you can get there earlier, of course. But if you're in the Jackson area or you know somebody that's in the Jackson area, just go out there. It's free, and you don't have to pay anything. And I think it's a pretty good experience. So, but Jackson State and Valley, I don't even want to think about what Jackson, it's a rivalry game. I don't even want to think about what Jackson State going to do to Fort Valley. Irv Mulligan, my goodness, man. He ran for 141. They took him out. I don't think he ran in the fourth quarter. So Irv Mulligan might have 200 by the third quarter messing around with Valley, man. So we'll definitely see. That's the games coming up this week. I don't see any upsets coming this week. But I didn't see Grambling losing last week either. Now, I do think Arkansas Pine Bluff can beat Alabama A&M. I definitely think in Pine Bluff. Alabama A&M fans ain't traveling. Pine Bluff will probably have about 4,000 people there at most. So it'd be a good little quiet game. Jackson State and Valley is actually playing on Byron Allen Network. I think, yes, HBCU Go. So all the games are at 2 o'clock. So what game do you really want me to stream? I have no idea. I really want to see Prairie View if they can bounce back and be. FAMU doesn't play well on the road. I guess I don't know. So let me know what games we need to stream, and let's see if they got the. I want to see these if the overall offense and defense have changed for us there, because Jackson State should be number 1 in both now stats, and all these stats you can find on SWAC.org. It's not that hard, man. Now it's still saying Alabama State has the number 1 overall defense, giving up 18-5. Only 18 points. When Jackson State has the number 1 offense. So in 2 weeks, 2 Saturdays, you'll see the number 1 offense versus number 1 defense in Montgomery. So, but I showed you how you can run up on them, and I showed you how you can pass on Jackson State. Right? But I'm pretty sure that they ain't paying no attention to me. But then other than it ain't too much else has changed. Alabama A&M still and Grambling, probably the two of the most disappointing teams this year, have the second and third best offense. But if you look at their defense, though, Alabama A&M is 9th, and Grambling is they number 4. But still, it's like disappointing. I don't know what, Grambling started off 3-1, doubled up Jackson State, put up 41 points on them. And I think after that Jackson State victory, I don't know if it was arrogance or we got this, we beat Jackson State. And then it's just like they've been trending down lately, even though they beat UAPB barely. That's why I thought that UAPB would score a lot more against Jackson State. But as you seen the highlights, UAPB spent too much time on defense. Them boys was tired. The rushing. Now Jackson State has moved up. They've overtaken Alcorn in rushing now. Remember, Alcorn was averaging 200 yards a game. Jackson State is averaging what? What's that? 204 now? And Alcorn dropped to 189. So that's another thing. When Jackson State and Alcorn get together, you see the number 1 and 2 rushing offenses. Defense, Alabama State. Yeah, I knew that average went up. Yeah, they're up to they're 102 now. Yeah, because like I said, Alcorn ran on them pretty good. Now when you play against Jackson State, you better be ready for Irv Mulligan, that little freshman they got, and that other brother, that bowling ball. Jackson State got 3 running backs. So Alabama State, can you hold on? Can you find some offense? You go back to that Alcorn and Alabama State game. You take away that pick 6, Alcorn wins the game. But the pick 6 happened. Alcorn got their ass beat. Bottom line. Now, Prairie View has a quote unquote top 5 defense in the SWAC. Rushing defense. The thing is, FAMU ain't worried about running. Their quarterback is getting about 248 yards and 3 touchdowns a game. So if you look at the passing defense, Southern still has the best passing defense. That's crazy. They're only giving up 145 yards overall defense, I should say. And where's Prairie View? See, Prairie View on defense is giving up 257 yards. So FAMU might go down to Prairie and see if this man getting 248 through the air with 3 touchdowns. Prairie might be in a little bit of trouble. So, and that's and the kicking and all that other stuff. Special teams have gotten a whole lot better than the SWAC. It used to be horrible. But that's pretty much what I have all for y'all tonight, man. It's Monday night. Make sure if you haven't voted, went out there and vote. We've been on here for an hour. And check back with me. Where's that thing at? Check back with me Wednesday. Probably go over some the SWAC soccer tournament starts tomorrow. Yeah. Reason why I know because Valley sent me a reminder. They qualified, I think, number 7 or something in there. And preseason basketball is starting also. The girls from Valley, they almost beat Memphis. One of them girls from Valley had 22 points. The girl was balling. So check out the ladies and the men's basketball getting ready to kick up also. These are like preseason games. But thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and tell a friend, man. Are you being soft like your offensive line? Oh, that she. Oh, I'm about to say, what? My offensive line? No. No, I criticize all 12 schools. It don't matter to me. But thank you all for tuning in, though. Don't forget Wednesday. You can win some football tickets to the Jackson State Valley game. But you must click the link, come on here, and I have to see your face. Not because I want to see you. I have to see your face so I make sure you're not using Google to answer the questions. You got to watch y'all slick. But yeah, I am giving away 2 football tickets Wednesday. And if you are a SWAC fan that knows history, you can probably win. The questions ain't that hard. But a lot of people are afraid to click the button because they don't want to be seen. I don't know why. It's TV. Y'all be on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and all that other stuff doing crazy shit. Come on here and answer a question. It ain't that hard, man. But thank y'all for joining. And I will definitely see y'all Wednesday. And we'll go over because the volleyball is about to end also. They're about to start their tournament. Go over the volleyball. And I forgot to give Texas Southern their congratulations for cross country. But Texas Southern did win the cross country meet in the SWAC. And yeah, I think it was Texas Southern. Yeah. And so, hey, but anyway, thank y'all. And y'all have a good night. Make sure y'all go vote if you have not voted. Vote. Have a good one.